Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, the kings and queens of the land. Good morning. Good morning, the royals. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. My name is Mngoni Mkhonto. This is the royal opinion today, talking about the reason why Julius Malema or the EFF wants to take the issue of Phala Phala to the Constitutional Court. In our discussion today, we will also discuss a little bit on why does President Zuma and the MK party is not calling for mass action or for strikes against the GNU or against the decisions of the court. We will briefly talk about that. Click the like button and subscribe if you are coming here for the first time. Again, your host is Mngoni Mkhonto, and you are in the royal opinion, the most forensic political analysis you can find in the internet. It's not available anywhere. Today, talking about Julius Malema and the reason why he wants the issue of Phala Phala to go back to the Constitutional Court. Send us your comment. Tell us what you think about the issues that we are discussing this morning. The party to brief media at 12 o'clock today. Yesterday, Julius Malema briefing the media, answering questions, talking about one of the issues that he spoke about, that Phala Phala will not die. It will be taken back to Parliament. It will be taken back to the Constitutional Court. One of the issues he spoke about is about the war going on between Palestine and Israel. The Islamic leaders have called for Israel to stop the genocide, to immediately cease fire, or they are going to act against Israel. Already Iran at war with Israel. The sponsors of the war are the same people who have sponsored the takeover and the colonization of South Africa. The same people who are causing the wars are the same people who are looting our resources. The collaborators are the same. the people that we think or we elect thinking that they are going to represent us as black people, but in reality, they will never represent black people. Let me play this interview. Let me share this interview.
Country's number one citizen will account for the Phala Phala saga. That's according to EFF President Julius Malema. The party, alongside the ATM, has filed papers with the Constitutional Court, arguing that Parliament did not fulfill its constitutional role in holding the President to account over the controversial matter.
Phala Phala case, we told you Phala Phala will never die. It will never die. Even if it dies in the Constitutional Court, it shall be revived in Parliament. When Ramaphosa gets removed as the president of the ANC, the new president will not be interested in that thing. Will say, no, but this is what you need to do. Ramaphosa's day in court is coming with an independent NPA, with an objective parliament, with a parliament that is constituted the way we are constituting this parliament now. Phala Phala can pass. And Ramaphosa gets to be impeached, because you can be impeached even when you have left the office and followed up with criminal charges.
Regarding the upcoming EFF elective conference in December, Malema says he is satisfied with the discipline shown by members in complying with the requirements to select branches. Just over half of the 2,123 branches have qualified, and the outstanding have until the end of October to do so. Malema, however, says that while some in KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape have not met the requirements, they will still attend the NPA as observers.
The EFF conference coming in December, one of the important events of the EFF, the conference of the EFF coming in December, the EFF in preparation of that conference. One of the issues that he spoke about, that he touched on, and one of the things that creates dictators and the laws, the rules that gets created, the rules that gets created during the game, the rules that gets created during the game, it's a problem, because now they say Julius Malema decided that only those who have got 10% in their voting district, the branches who've got 10% in their voting district, will be allowed to go and participate in the conference of the EFF. And the reason for that kind of move for Malema, it was because he wanted to sabotage people who are supporting Floyd, who were going to contest him uh, uh, when Floyd was a candidate. So now they are using that rule to exclude other branches. In KwaZulu Natal, they say it's only 14 branches who qualified to go to the conference. KwaZulu Natal, in their number, the number of voters that were registered in KwaZulu Natal, it was 6 million people who were registered. So if only 14 wards have qualified, it means KZN is not included in in the conference of the EFF. The KZN and the Western Cape will not be included in the conference of the EFF. The reason he says he will give other branches observer status, it's because the conference was not going to be able to form a quorum without if he continues to exclude the branches that did not get 10%. So he decided to include the branches that did not get 10%, but at least they've got 100 people in their branch. If their branch is in good standing, he decided to include such people, which is reasonable to include them. But the only problem is they are not going to be participating. They will only have an observer status. It's just for them to help the conference to correct, and then they are not going to be part of the people who will be participating in the conference. So the EFF uh, being selective uh, in their leadership. I mean, Julius Malema controlling who is going to be leaders of the EFF. Making sure that he's putting controls in that regard. So it's one of the issues that he spoke about in this uh, conference. The reason the SABC is reporting about the issue of Phala Phala. Okay, let's continue. Let me share this report. It's a report by SABC.
He further indicated that he met with regional and provincial structures in KZN and gave assurances that they will not be disbanded.
Because there are so many branches that are disqualified by not meeting the requirement of 10%, we then invited branches that got 100 votes and above. Because for you to be a branch, you have to have 100 members in good standing. So why would you have 100 members in good standing and not get 100 votes if those are legitimate members? So but they are going to come as observers so that they come to appreciate that this thing of not working has got consequences. That invitation has been extended to KZN and the Western Cape. But everywhere else, it's a requirement of 10%.
Delegates at the conference will get an opportunity to deliberate on discussion documents and engage on several possible constitutional amendment considerations.
Additionally, it proposes the establishment of a robust membership system that can account for each member and support of the EFF in terms of age, gender, and occupation. Furthermore, it suggests devolving an EFF region into sub-regions to better reflect the realities of South Africa's political and social landscape. Finally, the perspective proposes doing away with the student command and reorganizing it into a youth command that unifies all young people into a single structure, encompassing those in schools, universities, at work, and unemployed.
Malema further congratulated.
One of the things that he did, Julius Malema, was to now demolish the student command. And the reason for demolishing the student command or destroying or ending the student command is been it's because it has been built by Floyd Shivambu. The student command has been built by Floyd Shivambu. So now that Floyd Shivambu has moved to the MK party, Floyd Shivambu still has access to most of the students that he recruited to the EFF and to lead in the universities. So because he still has the access in the universities, Floyd Shivambu is actually recruiting the same student that they recruited to the EFF now to the MK party. So the student command now is no more stable. They don't trust the student command anymore. So he decided to dismantle or to disband the student command in favor of them EFF youth league, according to what he says. Um, but the reason being that the student command was built by Floyd Shivambu. Floyd Shivambu having moved to the MK party, and now recruiting the same students, taking over the same institutions to the MK party this time around, because the EFF was leading in universities. Now, this time around, the MK party is also introducing itself in higher institution. It looks like it's going to lead the higher institutions in terms of the SRCs that are happening. So Julius Malema is a sell-out character. We can say that for sure. Julius Malema belongs to the GNU, and Julius Malema is not acting against the white system. He is for the white people and the white system. Now I want to talk about the reason why Julius Malema wants to take the issue of Phala Phala to court. The reason the EFF is taking the issue of Phala Phala to court, um, those who don't know, just to give a background of what we are talking about, if you just arrive and you don't know, or if you are just coming into the video, you are not a South African, you don't know what is happening. President Ramaphosa has been found to possess, to have money in foreign currency, in American dollars, in his farm at Phala Phala, which is illegal for anyone to keep foreign currency in your house. It's illegal to use foreign currency without declaring in South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa did not declare, and Cyril Ramaphosa um, hide the money under the mattress in his farm at Phala Phala, and some criminals came in to stole the money, and he used his the state intelligence and the state police to track the criminals, and found his money, found some of his, to recover like a mafia style. Mafias recovering their have you ever seen a movie where the mafia goes to recover their money? Exactly the same scene happened with President Ramaphosa in Phala Phala. He was supposed to go and uh, recover his money according to what he wanted to do. So according to what happened, he actually recovered his money, and some of the people who were tortured, some of the people who stole his money were tortured by the South African police. Some of the people were from Namibia. It was just a cover up of what happened in that farm, but a lot of illegal things, kidnapping, money laundering, and all of these accusations about President Cyril Ramaphosa in his farm happened in that incident. So when the story broke, Arthur Fraser, who was the Minister of Correctional Services, broke the story, giving an affidavit to the police that there was money stolen in Ramaphosa's farm, Phala Phala farm. This is the story which was supposed to, if um, Ramaphosa was not backed by the Americans and the white people, this was the story which was supposed to remove him from the presidency. However, Parliament covered it up, the ANC have covered it up. A judge was appointed to investigate if there's any case to answer. A former judge went and investigated and came back and said Ramaphosa does have a case to answer. The public protector sent 31 questions to Ramaphosa which needed to be answered. Ramaphosa, instead of answering the questions, fired the public protector. So cover ups and after cover up after cover up. At the moment, uh, Parliament at the end of the day throw the issue out and says they don't want to go ahead to investigate what questions or what wrong did Ramaphosa did. Parliament decided not to go, not to check or not to appoint another commission which will allow Ramaphosa to clear his name. So they did not appoint the commission to allow Ramaphosa to clear his name. Now Julius Malema wants to take the same issue to court. He wants to take the issue to uh, the Constitutional Court. They've taken the issue to the Constitutional Court. So this is the reason why the EFF takes the issue to the Constitutional Court. It's because they want Ramaphosa to close this issue. At the end of the day, what will happen when the issue is at the Constitutional Court? It will find its conclusion. Ramaphosa will not be persecuted. The NPA has already said that they are not going to persecute Ramaphosa for Phala Phala. They've already said that they are not going to do it. And then um, now taking Ramaphosa to court, it's because the Ramaphosa will be out of office uh, in 2027, I think, will be out of office in 2027. I mean, they will be out of office as the president of the ANC. Now, for this issue not to follow him after when he is removed, the issue must find conclusion. It must be brought to a at least a conclusive end, because this time around this issue has not been concluded in any way. So with the fear that this issue may come back to him, he collaborate with the EFF to assist him to take the issue back to court so that they find conclusion. The conclusion that they are going to find is that Ramaphosa is not guilty of any wrongdoing at Phala Phala. So the issue should be concluded like that. It will go to the Constitutional Court for ratification. That is the reason why Julius Malema is taking the issue to the Constitutional Court, just to brought the issue of Phala Phala to finality, not to make sure that Cyril Ramaphosa accounts for his wrongdoing at Phala Phala. That is not the reason. The reason they are taking it to court, it's only for this issue and for Ramaphosa to find a conclusive end to this story, so that the story does not follow him. When the story follow him, it must be said that the issue has been concluded by the Constitutional Court. the EFF has taken the president, the Constitutional Court, in order to conclude the issue. When they say Phala Phala will not go, it's a clear lie. It's a very, very clear lie, because Ramaphosa and the EFF leader, Julius Malema, are working very close together. They are working very close as GNU members. The EFF is outside the GNU, not because they don't agree or they don't want to work with Helen Zille, like they are saying. They have been working with Helen Zille in the past. They have they have voted for white people to take over municipalities before. They've been working with Helen Zille in Swane. They worked with Helen Zille in 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 Joburg, in a lot of places in across the country. They were working with Helen Zille. Uh, they don't have a problem working with Helen Zille. The EFF does not have any problem working with white people or Helen Zille. The only problem they have uh, uh, is when they need to, when they have to be in the GNU, then outside the GNU, the MK party will be the only one which is gonna be the opposition, and which is going to be a clear choice for everybody who does not agree with the GNU. Even members of the EFF, many members of the EFF, if the EFF is included inside the GNU, many members of the EFF would shift to the MK party. So white people were wanting to ensure that the EFF remains a divisive organization among black people, making sure that the EFF is outside the GNU, giving reasons that they don't want to work with Helen Zille, which they have previously worked with without any problem. So these are just politics. Let's click the like button and subscribe. My name is Mngoni Mkonto, and this is the Royal Opinion, which is the most forensic analysis, political analysis, the most forensic political analysis in the internet is the Royal Opinion. So the click the like button and subscribe. If you are coming for the first time, click the like button and subscribe. Give us your opinion. Tell us what you think about the subject that is in discussion today. Today, talking about Julius Malema, talking about the reason why he is taking the issue of Phala Phala to court. Julius Malema, why does he want to take the issue of Phala Phala to court? It's not because he wants Cyril Ramaphosa to account. It's because he wants to assist Cyril Ramaphosa to conclude the issue of Phala Phala, to come to a conclusive end about Phala Phala, so that when he is out of office, this issue should not follow him. Who is Phala Phala? I also said we're going to talk about one of the issues that we're going to touch is what is the reason? What is the reason why President Zuma does not want South African to go to the streets and fight, or to go to the street to protest against anything? The GNU is waiting and willing. Very dangerous time for any person to go and protest is this time. The GNU and Ramaphosa is willing and able to kill whoever goes into the street in the name of protesting against the government. They are waiting patiently, they are pushing patiently for black people to end up in the corner where they have to go out into the street and fight, where President Zuma would declare that let's go out and protest. When he declares that, and they go and open guns and kill more people than they have ever killed before, and goes on with the propaganda to pin all of what they have done to President Zuma, probably arresting him for causing war in South Africa, or for inciting violence in South Africa, or for treason. That is the plan about President Zuma. They want to uh, eliminate him. They want to take him to jail and eliminate him. They want a trigger incident. And they want the MK party to call for protest so that they can go and kill as many black people as they can, and after that start pushing the propaganda. Let me share this interview.
China, which observed the 70th anniversary of the founding of the Republic on the 1st of October, and we wish the people of the Republic of China well in the future as they remain committed to the peace, stability, and progress of the world. We wish the people of Mozambique well in their elections that took place yesterday, and we wish them peace as they continue with the counting. The people of Mozambique must respect the wishes of the electorate. We want to send our deepest condolences to Ray Macaulay, the senior pastor and founder of Rema Bible Church, renowned gospel artist and cultural icon Solimuholo, revolutionary poet James Matthews, and award-winning kwaito artist Sandile Ngwenya, known as Mapaputsi. We pray their spirit rest in revolutionary peace. I thank you.
Thank you, President. I think you need some water after that. Okay, we're going to take a round of questions. We're going to start on this side. So must we do 5 and then we'll take another 5 so we don't have a whole list of questions and sometimes we miss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone else on this side? And then 5. Then we'll move like that. You know the drill, yes? Name, media house, and question. Thank you.
Siyamthanda Chapa, News 24. Mr. Malema, you've just outlined the requirements for being admitted into the People's Assembly. I know the process is ongoing, branches are meeting. Have any of the branches or regions been disqualified based on the 10% rule that you put in place? And in terms of the logistics, which embassies have you invited to your People's Assembly? With regards to Tshwane, a lot of the parties that are in the multi-party charter, including yours, have put their necks on the line. Do you believe those parties can turn things around in the municipality? And finally, with regards to Mr. John Steenhuisen and referring him to the Ethics Committee, how far is the EFF willing to go to ensure that the matter sees finality and that people who started working in that office are not paid?
Meeting the requirement of 10%, we then invited branches that got 100 votes and above. Because for you to be a branch, you have to have 100 members in good.
So before I continue with this interview, I was still talking about President Zuma and the reason why they are not calling for protest at the moment. The reason why President Zuma is not calling for protest at the moment, it's because the streets are highly charged and highly dangerous. The people, the GNU is waiting and is willing. The white people are willing and they are waiting for confrontation from black people because that's what they want to do. They want to, they are ready to shoot and kill a lot of people and then pin that incident to President Zuma and despairs any kind of revolt that would be coming with that. Because when immediately they kill people, then more people will have fear to go into the streets. There will be states of emergency declared. President Zuma will be arrested, and some of the MK leaders will be arrested. That's what they are waiting to do and they are ready to do. So if the MK party calls for protest at any given stage, before the issue of the robbing of the election goes to court, then that's what they want to achieve. They don't want the issue, the IEC issue of robbing elections to go to court. They don't want that issue to be exposed in court because the truth will come out. And they don't want South Africans to know the truth. They just want South Africans to follow without knowing what is happening. Like what is happening currently, South Africans are just following Ramaphosa without knowing exactly what is happening. So the truth may come out if the MK party goes to court about the robbing of the election. So their will is to ensure that this does not is not given opportunity to happen. They must first cause chaos before MK party can go to court about the robbing of the elections. That's what President Zuma wants to avoid when he does not call for MK party to go and protest. He knows what is the plan. He knows that it will not work. He wants when people go to strike or when people go to protest, he does not want people to only go and protest. He wants people to go and protest to win the war, not to protest to donate, to give blood sacrifice to the beast, because this beast, they are not afraid. White people are not afraid to kill black people. They are totally not afraid. We should know that. They're not afraid to kill black people. Black people have been killed many times in South Africa by white people. The decision, Ramaphosa have also uh, been involved in Marikana, where 43 people were killed, capital. So, and nothing happened. The 373 people were killed during the so-called July uprising, and nothing happened. Nobody was arrested. Uh, when black people are killed every day, nothing happens. So President Zuma is well aware that the GNU is well ready, willing, and strong and able to be to destroy uh, black people. So President Zuma does not want that eventuality to happen to South Africans, because it was going to happen. South Africa, Kenya, and Ghana, these are the colonial states in which Britain wants to recolonize in the new colonial strategy. These are the countries which are currently intensely locked in a war. Uh, Also Nigeria as well, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya. These are countries in which the war has been declared by the Western countries on recolonizing. This is where the start of the recolonization of Africa is beginning in South Africa, Kenya, and Ghana. Recolonization of Africa has begun. The apartheid laws are being implemented across Africa. President Zuma avoiding that kind of eventuality. Julius Malema helping President Ramaphosa to conclude this Phala Phala issue, so that this Phala Phala issue does not follow him anymore. They are taking the issue to the Constitutional Court, knowing very well that the Constitutional Court will come in favor of Ramaphosa. So when the Constitutional Court comes in favor of Ramaphosa, it will be the end of the issue. The Constitutional Court have pronounced. What do you want? Where else do you want to go? So he just want to help his friend to conclude his criminal activities, to get away with his criminal activities without being accountable. Click the like button and subscribe. This is the Royal Opinion, which is the most forensic analysis, political analysis in South Africa. We do political analysis better than the bought out characters. We do an analysis better than the bought out characters that you find in the SABC in the name of political analyst, those which are public relations officers of politicians, in the name of professors, pretending to analyze politics while they are actually uh, public relations officers of politicians, while they're actually getting paid from politicians, fooling South African, thinking that this person is analyzing and this person is a professor. Some of them, they are not even professors. It's a lie. Those are just propaganda machines that are running. Thank you very much, Ellen Herzog, for joining the Royal Opinion. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining and for listening. and for participating with the royal opinion. Go on, click the like button and subscribe. Give me the super thanks if you think what I'm saying makes sense. I appreciate your time and moment. Thank you very much.